Hey everyone, Nicholas here and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so in this video actually I wanted to talk about more like my review of how it was studying at NUS Computing for 4 years, since this is actually my last semester. So yeah, I thought it would be nice, to sort of like make a video to talk about how it was like on a year-to-year basis, like what did I do on year 1, what did I do on year 2 and stuff like that. And initially actually I planned to shoot this video at the lab that I used to teach, which you can find in my vlog, one of the vlogs that I go to NUS Computing, where I show you guys where was the lab room that I used that was assigned to me when I was teaching offline back then. But yeah, unfortunately I'm not sure why. It's actually a Sunday today. It's actually 10th of April today, and it's actually a Sunday. I'm not sure why it's very crowded today. I think they got some event or something, and then there are a lot of students there, and I can't even shoot at somewhere outside SOC. So I'm actually right now at AS8, which is like the building next to Central Library. And yeah, obviously the lighting here is not so good, but I don't have much choice. I mean, yeah, no choice. Unfortunately, I have to shoot it here. I have to do the video here because I tried to look for a lab, but all the labs are occupied, especially the one that I used to teach in. I really wanted to shoot this video there actually initially, but too bad. There are a lot of people inside, so maybe I'll just show you quickly. So here I am, AS8, and yes, it's sort of like an outdoor. Play my mask off here, and yeah, so I guess without further ado, let's start talking about it. Oh, but before that, actually, I think from what I'm going to share here, I think it's more towards, I think it might be more relevant to IS major, because all the courses that I took, I'm doing IS, Information System at NUS, so most of the courses that I've taken are from IS department. So, and obviously I don't take as much CS module as CS students, so my perspective might likely be more relevant to those who are interested to doing information system in NUS, but I'll try to generalize it as much as possible to other majors as well in SOC. So yeah, let's start. And yeah, and actually I'll try to rate the stress level in each year, or in fact in each semester, and I'll try to give the context for it, like which semester do I think the most stressful, and how was the stress level on particular semester, that kind, and what causes that stress. So I'll try to give the context as well, so you can sort of like have a better picture on how it is as an NUS computing student. Alright, so let's start. Alright, so year 1. Okay, I think for year 1 it is the most, they're quite chill. It should be quite chill, and I think during year 1 it might be the most exciting one for you, because this is likely you just made it. Now you are at NUS, you are accepted to NUS Computing, especially the semester 1. I think it is the semester where it is the most exciting. I think you feel the most excited for your courses, that kind, because this is the first time you're, maybe especially for international student like myself, this is also the first time for us going abroad to do our studies. And especially for people who prepared extremely well, who work very hard for the preparation to be admitted to NUS. So and you have now finally here, year 1 sem 1. I think it is very likely your most exciting semester. You feel the most excited. You're very pumped. You're very happy to go to classes. Yeah, excited. I'm at loss of words. Yeah, excited. Basically, you're excited for every single thing. You love to go to school. You wanted to go to classes, things like that. And this is also typically the one that is quite chill, because you are not really taking those heavy modules yet. So most of the modules that you're taking in semester 1 is likely just the introductory module, like level 1000. So typically those modules are still relatively okay in terms of the workload. And also this is the time where you first come and you are introduced to a lot of CCAs. You join this CCA, that CCA. So it is, I would say, you also have a lot of events, a lot of welcoming freshman events. So this is likely again the sort of like the semester where you are having the most fun, I can say that, the most fun and the least stress in a way. And yeah, and then moving on to the second semester, for year 1 semester 2, this is where your modules started to get more, I would say, get more heavy, but it's still okay. I would say it's still relatively okay, but this is also the semester whereby likely you are overloading your modules, which is very likely your seniors told you to do so. Your seniors will likely give you that suggestion to overload your module on the second semester. Reason being is that you need to use, not you need lah, it is good so that you can use your SU's unit, like your SU unit. If you don't get it yet right now, it's okay. Once you're admitted at NUS, I'm pretty sure you'll heard a lot of what is SU and how does it work, what is it. It's basically ungraded modules, how you can make those certain modules ungraded. So you have a certain quota. So and I think they changed some of the regulation a bit, but pretty much still the same, whereby during your year 1 you have a certain quota that will be expired after the first year of your study. So that's why a lot of students are overloading modules that they wanted to SU during the year 1 semester 2. And in fact, a lot of our seniors will likely told you to do so, they will suggest you to do so. In fact, if you were to ask me, I will also suggest you to overload year 1 semester 2, just like I did. I also did overload it, and yeah, just to use up the SU quota that was given to us basically. So yeah, I think for year 1 semester 1, I mentioned just now, the stress level would be year 1 semester 1 would be low. It is very likely to be low, the stress level. And then for year 1 semester 2, likely maybe low to moderate, that kind, because you started to get more modules that are more heavy, especially let's say if you're CS students, because if you're CS students, likely your year 1 semester 2, you are taking CS 2030 and CS 2040 together, and then you are likely taking some other CS modules as well, so your workload might be more heavy. That's why I rate year 1 semester 2 as moderate to for low to moderate, whereas for year 1 semester 1 is likely still low, because I would say year 1 semester 1 is really the chill one, whereby you are just enjoying your life. It is like you're just starting your university life, you're just starting this new chapter of your life. So I think it's very exciting, especially for us international students. So yeah, that's pretty much, I guess, for semester 1. Yeah, and likely, on your year 1, you are likely joining a lot of CCAs, but unfortunately I cannot give too much insight on how CCA life is, because I'm not involved in that many CCAs. As you are, maybe if you have been watching my old vlogs and all videos, you know that I don't join any CCA. So even if I do join any CCA, it's likely I'm just a member, just attend like the events that they do. I never really been an active member, sort of like that. So unfortunately I don't have much insight on that aspect. So yeah. Alright, so for year 2, now moving on to year 2. Okay, for year 2, I think this is perhaps your most stressful year out of all your university life. So from your year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, I would say year 2 is likely the most stressful one, apart from year 3, sem 1. So year 3, so we'll talk about year 3 later, but I think in general, if you're comparing year to year basis, year 2 is I think, according to me, year 2 is the most stressful one. I think reason being is that your modules are now tougher. You are going to take more higher level modules. Your coding will be more intense. Your coding module will be much more intense. For IS major as well, likely for IS major, this is the semester, your year 2 semester 1, you are going to do like CS 2040, which is data structure and algorithm. And yeah, even for our IS modules, you will be doing your coding modules, your IS coding modules during your year 2 itself. And now this is also the year whereby you sort of like started to take up coding modules with group projects, including for CS students. IS students, for sure, you'll be doing group projects already with your friend for coding modules. And for CS modules, as far as I know from my friend, they also started to do their group projects for coding modules with their friends during the year 2 for most of us. So yeah, that's the main reason, sort of like the main reason why you are likely be the most stressed during your year 2. And apart from that, if you're also active in a CCAs, then this is also likely to be the year whereby you're given more responsibility already, because during your year 1, you're just newcomer, you just started your uni life. You're, in fact, even if let's say you join a certain CCAs, likely you are not holding, or you are not in any role that demands a lot of responsibility yet. So year 2 is where you started to get more responsibility, let's say in your CCA as well. And apart from your courses, your CCA, and this is also likely the year where you start looking for a internship, especially for a summer internship. So I think a lot of students started to look for, at least from my circle, at least from my peers, a lot of students started to look for a summer internship or a 6-month internship during the year 2, especially year 2 semester 2. So as you can see here, year 2 is the most stressful because sort of like everything comes to you at once, everything just to escalate very quickly during year 2. And yes, and like I said, this is also the year whereby group projects, you got coding group projects, which is, I believe, might cause you the more stress, because unlike typical group project, I think, I'm not sure how to describe this, but if you have gone through coding group projects, then you know what the issue. And obviously in a lot of group projects you will likely have drama, and yeah, coding group projects with drama is certainly a no-go, especially when, let's say, the coding itself is already tough. You need to do debugging, you need to do your setup, you need to do your installation and stuff like that. A lot of times it's already wasted on that, and on top of that you add on the drama. So yeah, so this is likely the most stressful year, I guess, especially in year 2 semester 2, because most of us will be looking for our summer internship, and you'll be going to send out a lot of application, and basically trying to get some interviews, and you need to prepare for your coding interviews as well if you are looking for an internship, especially if you're looking for a developer, let's say a software engineering internship. That's where you need to do some sort of coding interview. And yes, and I think for a bit more on for IS major. So for IS major, for information system major student, you will likely need to do more CS modules as well during your year 2. And it's, you're going to do modules like what I mentioned just now, which is CS 2040 data structure and algorithm, and you'll likely also do CS 2105, which is networking. But I think they changed a bit for the requirement of our core modules for IS major. So CS 2105, I think the networking module right now is not compulsory anymore, but I frankly still suggest you guys to take it because the concepts are quite useful, at least according to me. So I think it's now sort of an optional, sort of an elective for IS major. It used to be a compulsory module for us in IS, so I think they changed a bit lah. So but nonetheless, this is year 2 is certainly the year whereby you're going to take a lot more coding modules. So especially for IS students, because IS students, a lot of IS students somehow don't like coding, so this is likely the year that you might be more stressed as well, because this is the year that almost all of your modules are doing coding, and you got coding group project as well. So this is where I will rate the stress level as moderate to high, or likely high actually, for both of the semester 1 and semester 2, because all the things that are going on are your like the one I mentioned is your modules are getting tougher. You are likely to have more work for your CCAs. You are also likely to be looking for your summer internship. You got coding group project. A lot of things are going on during your year 2, so that's why the stress level is likely high. And let's say if you are also interested in, let's say, being a teaching assistant, a TA, this is also the first year where most of us are able or given the opportunity to be a TA, because for TA, typically most of us start teaching at year 2 semester 1. That is the typical timeline, at least for some students. Let's say they are really good, or let's say they are in CS typically, or they got skip some modules, then some of them can actually be a TA already right from year 1 semester 2, but that's very few cases. I would say that's a rather rare cases. Most of us, if we are going to be a TA, we are typically starting it on year 2 semester 1. So including myself, so my first module was CS 1010J, which is the intro to Java module. That's my first time being a TA for that module for tutorial, and I did that on year 2 semester 1. So that's the first time I become a TA, because for that module itself, we don't have that module on semester 2. That's why even though I did that course for year 1 semester 1, I can't directly teach on year 1 semester 2 because that course is not being offered yet. So typically most of us will start TAing on year 2 semester 1, especially for, let's say, IS majors. But for CS majors, some of them do teach at year 1 semester 1 right away. And yeah, and why I said this is also the most stressful is because I think if you have went through applying for internship, then you know how stressful it is. You are sending a lot of application, and then a lot don't get back. A lot of them don't even get back to you, and only some do. And for those few that do get back, you need to go through the interview process as well, and likely get some more rejection, and that's the reality. Like, you just keep on sending applications again and going through all the process. And why year 2, a lot of people, I think a lot, it's still a bit tougher for year 2 to actually land an internship, especially if, let's say, you're trying to aim for big names. Typically for year 2, the chances is rather slim, I would say, unless you have a lot of side project or you have a lot of achievement prior lah. But for most of us, landing a big names on year 2 is a bit tough typically. So yeah, so this is why it's a bit stressful, and you know, some of us are looking for summer internship, whereby that's even more competitive, because for a summer internship you only have 3 months, and some of us are also looking for the modular, the credited 6-month internship, which is like some, maybe like ATAP. If you're doing NUS Computing, you likely heard about ATAP, Advanced Technology Advancement Program, something like that. But it's nothing but just a 6-month credit bearing internship. So you're sort of like given some sort of modular credit for doing the internship with a particular company that they sign up for this program at our school. So typically your year 2, you're either looking for some internship or you're looking for ATAP internship. So for my case, I did try to look for a 6-month internship for my ATAP program during my year 2 semester 2. So it was a bit stressful because I need to send out a lot of application, a lot of rejection as well, and a lot of interviews, stuff like that. So yeah, this is why I rate year 2 as the most stressful one. It's slightly moderate to high, or like likely high. So that's it about year 2.